All right, let's cut right to it. Everyone's talking about downtown Winnipeg's empty office towers, and they're panicking. But the smart money, they're not panicking. They're repositioning. They see a map where everyone else sees a trap. And this is the number that's got everyone spooked. 21%. As of late 2023, that was the vacancy rate for downtown Winnipeg's Class B office buildings. Think about that. More than 1 out of every 5 of these offices is just sitting empty. Now, for most people, that's a crisis. For operators, that's leverage. And that's the whole game right there. A market dislocation this big isn't just a downturn, it's a reset. For the players who have a plan, a map, this is a once-in-a-decade shot to grab premium assets, lock in killer lease terms, and basically set themselves up for the next 10 years. But if you don't have that map, you're walking straight into the vacancy trap. And in this trap, unprepared tenants get suckered into terrible leases. Landlords are just bleeding cash on empty floors. And investors, they end up catching a falling knife, buying the wrong building at the absolute worst time. It's where value goes to die. And make no mistake, this is not some academic exercise on a spreadsheet. That 21% number, it represents a high-stakes game. Every move you make or don't make has serious, and I mean serious, financial consequences. The pressure is on for everyone. Let's break down the pain, because it's real. If you're a tenant, you're stuck. Do you keep overpaying for a dated space, or do you take on a massive build-out cost for a new one, all while your best people are getting poached? If you're a landlord, you're getting hammered with demands for concessions while staring down the barrel of refinancing at rates that could kill you. And investors, you're looking at the ultimate gamble. Is that distressed building a diamond in the rough or just a money pit? Okay, enough about the problem, let's talk about the solution. The people who are winning right now aren't guessing. They are executing a clear, systematic playbook. This is the map that gets you out of the trap. And this is it, the 5-step playbook. It's what separates the pros from the amateurs in this market. First, you figure out where the real demand is. Second, you go into negotiations ready to dominate. Third, you get your own strategy straight. Fourth, if you're an investor, you screen assets with extreme prejudice. And fifth, you use the financial tools that make the whole deal profitable. Let's dig in. Step 1, you have to identify the demand nodes. Look, the flight to quality isn't just a buzzword, it's happening. Tenants are all running to a very specific kind of building, one with modern HVAC, real security, parking, and, crucially, a skywalk connection. These are your green zones. Literally everything else is a potential red zone, a trap waiting to spring. Step 2 is all about leverage. You need to understand this deep in your bones. It is a tenant's market, period. The power has completely flipped. This is not the time to be polite. This is the time to make aggressive, data-backed demands for concessions. Frankly, the landlords are expecting it. And we're not talking small potatoes here. Look at these numbers. For office space, landlords are throwing $30, $50, even $70 a square foot in tenant improvement allowances, or TI, on the table. They are literally paying for your entire build-out, plus giving away months of free rent just to get a signature on a lease. Step 3, you need to master your own decision framework. This is the internal game. Are you relocating to a top-tier building to attract the best talent and signal strength? Or are you downsizing, going hybrid and slashing your overhead? They're two totally different strategies with totally different risks. You have to know which game you're playing before you ever pick up the phone. Now, step 4 is for the investors. You need a hardcore screening process for convertibility. You're hunting for a very specific animal. An underperforming Class B building with the right DNA. That means floor plates that actually work for apartments, good window lines for natural light, and the right zoning. The mission is simple. Take a dead office asset and turn it into a cash-flowing residential machine. And finally, step 5. This is how you make the math work. You leverage the incentives. The feds are offering a massive 10% accelerated capital cost allowance, that's CCA, for new purpose-built rentals. What does that actually mean? It means a huge tax deduction that basically supercharges your returns. You stack that with municipal grants, and suddenly these complex conversion deals look incredibly attractive. So you might be sitting there thinking, okay, but this is happening in every city. No, it's not. Winnipeg's specific market dynamics have created a time-sensitive, and I mean time-sensitive, opportunity. It's a genuine unfair advantage if you're ready to move. So here's the core thesis. You've got stubbornly high vacancy in these older buildings, plus rising operating costs. That combo creates what we call forced conversion pressure. It's squeezing landlords to their breaking point. Our hypothesis? This pressure is going to trigger a wave of distressed sales in the next 24 months. That's the window. That's when you'll find mispriced assets. But that window won't be open forever. All right, let's stop talking strategy and start talking dollars and cents. What does this playbook actually look like when the money hits the table? Let's run a quick case study for a tenant. Say you need 5,000 square feet. You negotiate hard and you get 6 months of free rent. At average Class B rates, that's almost 39 grand that stays in your pocket. Then you get a $50 a foot TI allowance. The landlord just handed you $250,000 to build out your dream office. That's the power you have right now. And for an investor, the play is even bigger. You buy that distressed Class B building below market value. You use city incentives to help with the financing. You convert it into apartments to feed a rental market with less than 2% vacancy. People are desperate for units. And then you use that 10% accelerated CCA to juice your after-tax returns. It is a multi-stage value creation machine. So there it is. The map is laid out. The playbook is clear. The only question left is, what are you going to do about it? Because this market is not going to wait for you to make up your mind. So you've got to ask yourself right now, are you playing offense or are you playing defense? Are you hunkered down just hoping to survive, or are you on the attack, using this chaos to get ahead? Because one of those creates wealth and the other just tries not to lose it. If you're ready to play offense, I've got 2 tools for you right now. If you're a tenant ready to get an incredible deal, comment the word lease below. I'll send you my negotiation checklist. If you're an investor hunting for your next deal, comment flip for the redevelopment scorecard. It's time to choose your path.